My name is Kellyn Nettles, and I am a designer and member of Iroka Cooperative, a Black-led collective designing equitable futures by divesting from inequitable institutions. In our manifesto on designing for divestment, we discuss the importance of creating with community and how it can help us to imagine new worlds previously beyond our individual comprehension. I hope to explore how exhibition designers can be an integral part of this co-creation process, especially as it pertains to grassroots liberation organizations and their work building power in local communities. The following is a speculative proposal of that process, showcasing an exhibition experience and design opportunity for visitors to engage with the decision-making styles of Western Nigerian Igbo women, meetings formerly known as Makiri. I choose to focus on the Igbo people because their pre-colonial societies were autonomously guided. Communities weren't set up in the same political sense that we observe today. Groups were formed based on shared values, principles, and spiritualities, and decisions were made in conversational environments. Makiri gatherings were where the women of the community were able to exercise their collective power. This is where they could discuss matters of trading and farming and determine the norms to be set in these spaces. If these norms weren't abided by, the women would sit on or make war on a man, essentially using their physical collective power to protest and take a stand against wrongdoings. I hope to interpret this style of gathering and collective action into an exhibition for Weeksville Heritage Center. The center's focus is on educating visitors on the history of Weeksville, one of the largest free Black communities in pre-Civil War America. In the late 60s, community members gathered and created the Weeksville Society to take a stand and stop the destruction of the Hunterfly houses, the only existing remains of 19th century Weeksville. This is the same kind of collective action that would take place in a traditional Makiri, and allows the exhibition to deepen visitors' understanding of the Weeksville Center and their continued commitment to the community. This exhibition would be activating members of the Kingsborough houses. This is the primary target audience due to their proximity to the Weeksville Heritage Center, located across the street, but also because of their engagement with the center's work in the community. This group functions not only as a primary target audience, but as key members of the co-creation development team. Additional outreach would be extended to all Black, Brown, and Indigenous Brownsville, Crown Heights, and Bedford-Stuyvesant community members. These are communities of people who are forced to engage with inequitable institutions on a daily basis, and would be highly and positively impacted by new pathways to equitable solutions. At a tertiary level, this exhibition will also appeal to community organizers, agitators, academics, and local officials, really anyone interested in or passionate about this kind of work. Additional key members of this co-creation process are the clients. In keeping with my thesis statement, these clients are grassroots liberation organizations that are focused on educating Black communities on the actions they can take to make change in their community. These clients function more like partners in this work because they do not provide funding. The funding for this exhibition would be provided by the Black Reconstruction Collective. This is an arts organization dedicated to providing funding for these kinds of projects, namely exhibitions that explore the continuous emancipation of the African diaspora. What we can envision is that the clients, target audience, and the exhibition designer, me, would get together and develop goals for this project. The goals would be as follows, but generally the main goal is to provide audiences with the opportunity to establish their own Makiri, a meeting to determine the actions necessary to have autonomy in our own neighborhoods. Before even stepping foot inside of the exhibition, visitors are able to generate curiosity for this experience with intentionally placed signage. Signage will be found in spots all over the neighborhood that visitors frequent. We've got delis, bus stops, subway stations, neighborhood staples, and high traffic points. There will also be a wayfinding activation outside of the Kingsborough houses that leads residents directly into Weeksville Heritage Center. Upon entering the exhibition, visitors will be met with direct and indirect references to Igbo architecture. Introductory panels are located inside of this large carved wood archway, modeled after the carved doors found in Igbo compounds. These panels will be including brief information about what a Makiri is, why it's relevant to Weeksville, and what they can expect from the exhibition. They will also see dimensional lettering as they walk through the archway, a playful nod to the idea of sitting on a man. From here, the exhibition is split into two key areas: making the Makiri, an interactive engagement space, and the Forum, a design incubator and live events programming area. There will also be a reflection walk taking place outside. In the Making the Makiri area, There are 2 interactive activities and 2 content walls, offering visitors an opportunity to engage with the history of a Makiri, what it meant to Igbo women, and how we are interpreting it here through the Social Change Ecosystem Framework as developed by movement builder Deepa Iyer in 2017. In the first digital interactive, visitors will congregate around a large digital portal that will guide them through the Makiri process on individual yet connected tablet screens. They'll first learn about the movement roles, decide which align with their goals, build a new norm for the community around that role, reflect with the larger group, and then receive information about an event or action they can participate in within the community based on the role that they selected. There are 10 different types of movement roles that Deepa Iyer outlines in her work. And this is a lot of options for visitors, so we give them ample time to make this decision and really engage with their selection. When establishing a norm, it'll be based off of a question asked of their role. Visitors will have the opportunity to write an extended response about why they've created that norm. Upon completion and reflection, the tabletop will dispense a physical card that visitors can use as a sort of reminder about an event coming up in the community that would feel aligned for them based off of the role they selected. These events would be regularly reviewed and developed by community members, giving additional local organizations the opportunity to be a part of our co-design process, while also continuing the work of this exhibition's, the design team of this exhibition's co-creation. The secondary activity is a drumming experience that simulates participation in sitting on a man, or showing up to a protest. While listening to protest chants and songs, visitors will be prompted to drum to the beat, increasing their awareness of the sounds of a protest and therefore making that space feel less intimidating to participate in. The design of the drum of this experience will be based off of a traditional Igbo Ikwe slit drum. The Making the Makiri interactive space serves as the primary content for the exhibition and requires a lot of focused energy. To mirror that, the forum space is a more open floor plan that is designed to allow for natural conversation amongst visitors and provide space for research and engagement with liberatory practice. It is important for visitors to have the opportunity to actively connect to others in their community about issues that are important to them, but also for them to continue engagement with ancestral and indigenous practices that ground this collective action work. To make this engagement feel natural, this space is modeled after a living room, a place where, in Black American households, a lot of key conversations and decisions are made. The space will also feature digital workstations, allowing for online research and connection to community. There's a moment of respite and relaxation, while still encouraging engagement with ideas of caring for the collective. Here, visitors will learn about Muomiri, or Mamiwata, an Igbo water spirit said to be the bringer of change. Along a spiral pathway that leads to a fountain, geometric stanchions will guide visitors through the story of Mamiwata and the monster, a folk tale about Muomiri's generosity and openness, showcasing ways we can show love and care for our neighbors. Curiosity is the main driver for engaging with this exhibition. It starts from outside and brings you through the space into the interactive areas. In the interactive space, you begin to feel that connection to your community, but also courageous in deciding how you want to show up in community spaces. When you move into a community space, the forum, you begin to feel engaged and empowered, either through a live event or your continued research and connection to others. Outside, you have that moment to feel relaxed and recharged. One possible way for the Makiri experience to continue beyond the exhibition would be through the establishment of a Makiri Discord server, where visitors can have the opportunity to connect to others in the community through channels based off of their movement role or important issues. This Discord server would also be a place for events to be planned, for the organizers of the space to plan their own events, and for local community members to bring events to be proposed for the forum space. Depending on the guidelines established in the co-creation process, the Makiri's digital footprint could look different than Discord. We could instead engage existing platforms that visitors are already a part of and engaging in. Facebook group chats, Signal group chats, and other spaces where collective community action is already taking place. The graphic look and feel for this exhibition is based primarily in the design of this Igbo carved door structure, utilizing the geometric shapes from this structure and including a lot of collage elements to visually represent the layering of the past, present, and future. The visual identity system for this exhibition includes colors, patterns, and motifs derived from Igbo mural paintings, a logo that features a zoomed in look at that Igbo carved door structure while also featuring bold and loud type, and typefaces that are referenced in Black Panther newspapers or created by Black type designers. The way that this collateral would show up would be primarily in printed ephemera, but also through stickers that are able to be posted throughout the city. Being able to share the message of a Makiri broadly beyond people who visit the exhibition creates a broader community understanding of these movement change roles and encourages people to begin to see the way that we can be the ones we have been waiting for, as referenced by June Jordan. Thank you.